everybody, and welcome. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, to the return of release day unboxing back on my bar counter, because I have been recently packing up so much stuff for my impending move to Washington State in 1 month's time that I've actually cleared off the bar enough that I can now do release day unboxing on the bar again, which is pretty funny coming full circle here. When I started out here in the condo, that was the first way that I did the release day unboxing, and now we're back to the original setup. So, we've got 2 retail releases this week. By the way, I apologize, you can hear the air conditioner in the background. It's incredibly hot here in Connecticut today. Can't really help that, okay? We've got Wolfenstein: The New Order on the PlayStation 4, and we've got Drakengard 3 on the PlayStation 3. Both mature rated games, but much different. One being an FPS, one being a action-y hack and slash style game, supposedly. I never played Drakengard 1 or 2, so honestly, I didn't know too much about this game, but what a variety of games we have this week, because there's another game also that's digital only that we'll talk about a little later in the video, okay? So to give you guys some background, I've played pretty much almost every Wolfenstein. I played the Wolfensteins in the 1990s on PC. You know, those blocky games, before Doom even became popular, these blocky games where you're killing Nazis and going through these maze-like rooms and mansions. And, just a few years ago, I think it was about 3 years ago now, or maybe it was 4, I'm trying to think if it was 2010 or 2011, I actually played Wolfenstein, which was supposed to be a reboot of the series. If I remember correctly, I did like the game, although I did think in a couple ways it was a little generic, but the overall plot of the game, you're playing BJ Blazkowicz, this hero who's trying to stop the Nazis from taking over. This is a parallel universe timeline where the Nazis won World War II and they have pretty much a stranglehold on the planet, and they do all this kind of crazy experimentation with technology and mutations and all kinds of stuff, and it was BJ's job to try to be a one-man army and take out the Nazis. So here we are again with another installment of that, and this one I opted to get on the PS4. However, I do need to warn everyone, if you are going to buy this game on the PS4, it has a 49 gigabyte required installation. In addition to that, apparently from what I'm hearing, after that it has a 4 gigabyte online patch. So you're talking anywhere from 30 to 45, maybe even an hour of installation time in order to get this game working. So literally, once I finish doing this unboxing video, before I even edit the damn thing, I'm going to pop this game into my PlayStation 4 and get it installing, because I'm planning on playing this within the next hour, okay? So, I played the last game, I liked it. I didn't love it. I remember I said it was pretty decent, but it wasn't like Game of the Year material. And so here we are again several years later, and I'm interested to see what they've done, if they've improved anything. Is it what does it look like on the next gen? Is it worth it to get it on the next gen PS4 versus, it's also on PS3 and Xbox 360, so we're going to find that out today. And also the game comes with an invite to the Doom beta, to which you might be saying, what the hell does that mean, Doom beta? Well, it was kind of leaked that when this game was coming out, it was going to have that. So now basically the cat's out of the bag. There will be a new Doom game coming out after an incredibly long wait. If you remember, Doom 3 came out, what was it, in the first half of the 2000s, and had console releases on the original Xbox. Later on, it was actually ported to the Xbox 360 in HD, and I actually did a playthrough of that. So here we are, again, coming full circle. How many things come full circle? Doom's coming back. I guess id Software, Bethesda, whoever it is, is working on it. And that's good to see, because I like Doom. I thought that Doom was one of these iconic games that in the 1990s revolutionized FPS games, the genre as a whole. And then, it's gone through different iterations. Doom 3, a lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't. I was one of the people who liked it. I thought that they did a really good job with the atmosphere and the scares and everything in it. Some people didn't like it. They thought that it wasn't Doom-ish enough. But I really liked it, so I'm interested to see what they do with this new Doom beta, okay? So let's unbox this first. Wolfenstein: The New Order on the back here. We've got... try to put this forward. I know you probably won't be able to read it, okay? But I'll read it for you, so that way you can actually hear it. It says, the Assault, experience intense first-person combat rendered in stunning detail with the id Tech 5 engine, so it's its own graphical engine. That's interesting. The Arsenal, collect ultra-advanced Nazi tech and upgrade your tools of destruction. The Adventure, go up against the Nazi robots, super soldiers, and elite shock troops. The little summary given here. The year is 1960, and the Nazis have won World War II. War hero B.J. Blazkowicz must launch an impossible counteroffensive against the monstrous Nazi regime that has conquered the globe. And then it's got this giant disclaimer here saying that if you buy this game, yes, you get entry into the Doom beta. However, it does not give a date whatsoever. It has a website to go to register for the beta. And then obviously later on you're going to get an email or whatever about it telling you, oh, the beta's open. But for now, there's no estimated date of launch time for when that beta is going to be out. So what do you get with Wolfenstein? Well, you got your game disc. You've got, yes, it actually comes with, if you can believe it, an instruction manual, which is a rare thing these days, but all it is the game controls. That's it, nothing else. It comes with a little insert that's an ad for Elder Scrolls Online, which no one likes, apparently. Like, the common consensus is the game sucks, which is a shame because it's been in development for so long. The Evil Within, again, Bethesda published game coming out in August, a survival horror game that looks quite interesting. I'm interested in that, can't wait for that. And then here we've got the code. I'm not going to show you the code, obviously, it's on the other side, okay? But it tells you, you know, if you go to wolfenstein.com/Doom or /Doom, whatever it is, you can use the code on the other side of this to register for the Doom beta. And then the back of this is literally another instruction guide for the, or control guide. To which I ask, why did they do this? Why did they put it in this if they already had it here? That's kind of weird. It's like they double dipped. Almost like maybe there was miscommunication and they didn't realize they were going to do an insert with the controls. So they ended up doing two different button layouts, which is kind of odd in my opinion. Okay? So that is Wolfenstein, The New Order. And like I said, as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to pop it in and start it installing because it does say right on the back, 49 gigabytes required. Okay? So, whew. Alright, Drakengard 3, here it is. If you go to the back, Carnage has never looked so beautiful. Spill blood to enter the frenzied intoner mode. Mount your dragon for air and land assaults. Fight alongside 4 unique disciples. It is important to note the game is only one player. The game does have a 5.2 gigabyte required installation. For a lot of PS3 users, you might want to know that. Oops, I'm crooked here. You might want to know that because, you know, your PS3 at this point might be getting on the older side. Maybe you got a bunch of stuff on there, and all of a sudden you're realizing, crap, I don't have a lot of room. Well, you're going to need 5.2 gigs to install this game to your PlayStation 3, okay? No multiplayer, just a single player kind of hack and slash game, like I said. Drakengard 3, you've got your Square Enix points code, which if you register on Square Enix's website, you can get different bonuses and stuff. It has an instruction booklet. Can you believe it? Drakengard 3. Open it, table of contents, getting started, and there's nothing inside. It's a completely worthless instruction booklet because it says if you actually want the instruction booklet, go to this website. So why did they even bother printing this? I don't know. So as I've said in recent weeks, I'll reiterate this again. Yes, I know that release day unboxing is becoming incredibly underwhelming. There's not a heck of a lot going on with them. And unless I can get my hands on a collector's edition, really there's not going to be much to do with these in the future. So very shortly, in fact I'm thinking after I move to Washington, I'm going to be rebranding this series and calling it Game Day, where instead of focusing on the unboxing of the game, I'm just focusing on talking about the games that are coming out during that particular week, so you know my insights, my thoughts about the games and how I'm going to be handling them. Speaking of which, there is a third game out this week called Transistor. This game is from the makers of Bastion, the indie game from several years ago. I think it was like 2010 or 2011 when that game was out. And I really liked Bastion. This one supposedly is a lot more action-based. Almost like from what people are saying, it's almost like a side-scrolling beat-em-up, like the classics of like Final Fight and stuff like that, Streets of Rage. I could be wrong. I have not played it. I'm just telling you what people have told me. I'm going to be checking that out this week as well. Okay? So, 3 games I'll be juggling all week. The way I'm going to handle it is, today, my first stream in the early afternoon is going to be Wolfenstein. My second stream tonight is going to be Drakengard 3. And I do want to warn everyone that that second stream may be slightly delayed. Usually I start at around 8:30ish. It may be a little delayed today because unfortunately, excuse me, unfortunately I have more stuff going on with this move to Washington. All day, I swear to you, all day. I've talked to 4 people already today in regards to getting final paperwork signed and escrow documents there, and a mobile notary is coming to my house tonight to see me sign documents and stuff. So there's a ton of stuff going on right now in regards to this final paperwork, okay? So the bottom line is I'm going to be a little bit busy with a visitor and mobile notary coming here tonight during my break, which may delay the fact that I can eat, which may delay the fact that of when I can start my second stream, but I will be doing Drakengard 3 tonight. Tomorrow I'll be probably continuing with Wolfenstein, and I may mix it up and try Transistor, or if people really like Drakengard 3, maybe I'll do it then. Thursday I have a Ask the King episode where people can submit questions. It's basically a fan mail episode where you send me questions and I pick out the ones that I think I can answer best on the show. And then that's first stream. So second stream will be, again, more of these 3 games. Friday, my first stream will be more of these 3 games. And then I'll be continuing it Sunday into Monday. So I have basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. I'll be juggling these 3 games all around until I finally start beating some of them, okay? And then anything that I don't beat will carry into next week, because there's only 1 release on Tuesday of next week, which we'll talk about next week. We'll tackle that, okay? That's really about it for release day unboxing. The only last thing that I want to say, which I guess I should bring up now about, 2 things. First of all, there is a pre-order code at GameStop. I have it in my hand here for Drakengard 3. If you did pre-order the game at GameStop, you get code for 3 bonus costume variations. So I'm going to have 3 alternate costumes for this girl who's half naked already. Woohoo. The final thing I want to say, unfortunately, it looks like there was a screw-up at GameStop. So here's the deal. Next week, my local GameStop is going to be doing a midnight release for Watch Dogs. Okay? So I am going to be picking up the game at midnight, doing midnight coverage of it. I'm on stream. I was planning on doing a late night release day unboxing of the collector's edition of the game. So guess what? I checked today at the local GameStop. Oh, it says you only reserved the standard edition. I'm like, this is ridiculous, because Watch Dogs is a game that I had reserved last year. Okay, the middle of last year when it was announced that you could reserve it, I reserved the collector's edition. And I even put down over $20 on it, because you had to. The collector's edition, you have to put more money on it. So I put over $20 down on it. I know I had the collector's edition reserved. So here we are months later, now they're saying, no, I didn't. I'm like, well, then someone screwed up in your system. Someone took me off of it on purpose because someone else, probably their friend, wanted it or whatever. But of course, they can't prove that. So unfortunately, it looks like I may not be getting the collector's edition of Watch Dogs next week. If that's the case, I don't even know if it's worth doing an unboxing. Maybe I should just jump right into the streaming of the game. So it's up in the air whether next week there will be a release day unboxing video for Watch Dogs. They did say there is a collector's edition coming in that is not reserved, and there's no way to reserve it. It's just going to be on the shelf to buy. I am going to call next week and see if I can get that, but there's no way to guarantee that I will. From what I see, the Watch Dogs next week comes with a statuette of the main character Aiden, his face mask, which is like a bandana. You actually get a replica bandana, a steel case book, the soundtrack, all the typical stuff you get with these collector's editions. And the figurine looks nice, but let's be honest, I just packed up all of the figurines in my condo, right? I just packed them all up for this impending move. So maybe it's smart to not get the collector's edition in this case, although I really would like it. It looked nice, and it would be nice to be the final collector's edition I get before I move. So we'll see what happens. If I can get it, I can get it. If not, I can't, and there will not be a release day unboxing in 1 week's time, because it's not worth it to just do it for the game box, right? There is another game next week, Mario Kart 8, which I may unbox. It'll depend on what that comes with, but we'll get to that when we get to it, okay? So that is it, everyone. I want to thank you for joining me for release day unboxing. I literally, as I said, I'm going to pop Wolfenstein into my PS4 to get it installing immediately. I'll also be editing this video, uploading this video, and as soon as that's done, it's Wolfenstein on stream today. I hope you will join me, whether on stream or on my YouTube channel, DSP Gaming, where I upload the videos after the stream's over. 4 new gameplay this week, 3 new games. It gets me excited and invigorated to get into it again. I hope that you are as excited as I am, and hopefully I will see you for the new gameplay this week. Peace out, everyone. See you then.